instances of paranormal phenomena have been reported in this desolate place. Events that may reflect the area's tragic past.
Guys, welcome back to Other Nature's Podcast. We talk all things paranormal. I'm Ken James, and this is Jason McKittrick.
Hey, folks.
And if we can haunt, howl, or dwell in the dark, we want to talk about it. And tonight, we are taking you on a road trip through the states, baby. We're taking you to all the most haunted locations in each of the 50 states.
Allegedly.
Allegedly haunted and allegedly most, because some of these we've covered before. Others we'll have a different opinion, but we're gonna go through them. We're gonna go a list that they gave us, and we're gonna talk about them a little bit.
I'm scared.
Don't be scared.
All right.
Don't be scared. It's just spooky.
Okay, as long as you don't say spoopy, because
I'll murder someone.
Mm-hmm.
I hate that.
Yeah. All
right, but before we get into our haunted road trip, I will be bringing you tonight's jump scare. All right, guys, tonight's jump scare comes to a friend of the show. He also filled in during Jay's break when he was moving. Tim Burke, friend, local musician, podcaster. He sends in. Let me start off by saying that I live in Northeast Philly. My parents' house is in front of a small wooded area. It's not big. You can walk right through it, but it's heavy with trees and bushes. At the time this video was taken, I was about 14 years old, around 2005, 2006. This was prime cryptid obsession time for me. Everything was fucking real, and no one would convince me otherwise. So my mom pulled onto our street. I was in the passenger side, and my brother was in the back. We pulled up past a stop sign, and there it is. There was this creature in the middle of the street. Keep in mind, it's broad daylight. Clear as fuck, beautiful day. And there was this weird bald thing in the middle of the street just staring our car down. We're all freaking out. My mom pulls past it in our driveway, and it scurries along the front of the woods. We all run in the house. I grab my video camera and start filming. Immediately, I'm like, Mom, that's a chupacabra, the goat sucker. And she's looking at me like I'm an idiot. The footage is, it only lasts about 30 seconds or so, but I still got it. I captured it. We never saw it again. I remember standing in the hallway as my mom called animal control. I could hear her end of the conversation, and it went something like this. Yeah, I want to report this weird animal in the woods across from our house, Northeast Philadelphia.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure what it is, but my son says it's a chupacabra. A chupacabra. The goat sucker? The animal control people kind of brushed us off and told us to call if we saw it again. In hindsight, knowing the area and the things I've seen in the woods since then, it was very obvious a fox with mange. We had seen families of foxes running around through the years, and that's pretty much what it is. But in the moment, it was the mythical beast I thought I had personally captured. Now here comes part two. Around 2009 and 2010, I received a YouTube DM from someone from the Sci-Fi Channel. They had shown interest in my video and wanted to use it for a new series they were developing on cryptids, and were willing to pay me $200 to use the video, as well as interview me. I responded the only way a 19-year-old without $200 would. Fuck yeah. I explained that we had debunked the video ourselves and determined the creature was just a fox, but the Sci-Fi Channel didn't necessarily care what the creature was, just that it could possibly be perceived to be the blood-sucking monster known as the chupacabra. At this point, I was just stoked to be on TV. They told me they'd be in touch, and unfortunately, after a few months, I was told the show would not make it to pilot. Anyway, my stupid chupacabra video has over 371 plays and over 300 comments of various people arguing with each other. I've even chimed in, being the creator of the video, to respectfully state that the creature is just a fox with mange, to which I'm rebutted with, "You're a fucking idiot, it's a chupacabra." Cheers, dudes. Much love, Tim.
Fun times.
It's been a while since we got a good big one like that, man. And I'm happy. I'm gonna actually post the audio of the video clip here.
Mm-hmm.
Hurry up. I got it.
Zoom.
It is.
Zoom.
What the hell is that thing?
Keep still. Keep still.
It's running, dude.
Yo. Pat. We're looking at the scariest thing I've ever seen in my life. It's outside my house.
Give me it. Videotape.
Hold on.
Pat, it's like a chupacabra. The fox, dude. It isn't a fox. It's scary.
I don't know where it went.
I think it's in the woods. Listen, dude. It has a...
And hopefully you just heard Little Tim and his brother Sean when they were children. Very scared of this obvious creature that's not a chupacabra. And the video is great. I mean, I'll try to link it in with the episode and stuff. So, yeah, thank you, Tim, very much for the story. And, I'm glad you don't hate me.
I like it. It's he has a personal history with the chupacabra, and that's fun.
And the Sci-Fi Channel.
Fucking Sci-Fi Channel.
Yeah, he hit me up. The last week after he listened to our episode, our Chupacabra Cursed episode, and he's like, "Dude, love the new episode. Did I ever tell you my story?" And I was like, "No, go on." And I was like, "Send it in, man. I need to read this."
Yeah, no, I'm glad thanks for sending it in, Tim. It's that's fun times. I like the nostalgic feel of it, going back and being fascinated with the cryptids back in the day.
Yeah, one monster kid to another,
Yep. Oh shit!
Whoa!
That almost took me out that time.
I saw it.
It could only be another haunted headline. All right, Ken. So I'm opening this up. This thing that almost killed me. Yeah. Did you know that you can now camp at the Rhode Island home that inspired the quote-unquote horror film The Conjuring?
I've only just heard, Jay. I've only just heard.
Yeah, I don't know who sent it. It may have been them themselves. I don't know.
Yeah. Who's to know?
So, as if you've seen the film, you know that this stupid house is very haunted, and sorry, those movies bother me.
Yeah.
So made famous by the 2013 horror film The Conjuring, they're now letting people camp on its grounds in an experience it calls gamping. Ghost plus camping equals gamping.
Womp, 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 womp.
If this place wasn't a historical location, I'd call for its raising. The Conjuring house is located on the northwestern corner of the Ocean State, not far from the Massachusetts border, in the small town of Burrillville. The remote farmhouse is said to be haunted, with reports over the decades of paranormal activity and ghost sightings.
Oh, no.
Oh, boy. You ready for this?
Yeah.
Our new gamping experience will take you beyond the walls of the Conjuring house and immerse you in the land for an unforgettable overnight investigation within the walls of our 3 to 4 person tents. The website says visitors are to bring their own equipment to investigate what might await in the darkness, because this excursion is sure to test your capacity to experience the paranormal.
Oof.
Yeah, so that means they're probably setting up these things to set off your EMF detectors.
Yeah, wasn't there was a couple that bought that house, there was a documentary about it 3 years ago, I want to say, maybe 2.
Yeah, I was very happy to miss that.
Yeah, and they open it up with a fake, they go up into the one room and they're literally like, oh, this wasn't here, and there's a fake pentagram drawn in the sand in the room. I was like, get the fuck fuck
out of here. As soon as I see any of that shit, I'm just like, nope, fake.
Yep.
So there are 8 sites available, which range in costs from $300 to $400. Each with their own fright factor rating. Dude, we should go. This isn't that far away.
Yeah.
The Conjuring, and just piss all over it.
Yeah.
The Conjuring film didn't feature this home itself, but was inspired by the story of the Perron family who lived there in the 1970s. Very different looking house.
Yep.
I hate that movie. The family is said to have experienced frightening run-ins with the supernatural world while living there, and I can only think of the dude from Office Space because he was in that movie.
Yeah. Yes.
This mystical farmhouse offers visitors an opportunity to engage with authentic paranormal activity and is considered one of the most active paranormal locations in the world, the website says. Forbes reported in May of 2022 that the home sold for over 1.5 million, 25% over the asking price. A little bidding war in there, huh?
Yeah.
The
People
house,
are like, I can't wait to set up this camping trip.
yeah, I just can't wait to make money hand over fist.
Yep.
The house located at 1677 of Round Top Road was reported to have been the most expensive home sold in Burrellville on record. So the house also offers tours, investigations, private events, and more in addition to the camping. And that's what we got on that.
Yeah, thank you, Jay. Thank you for that haunted headline.
Gamping.
Gamping.
If anyone ever uses that in like, you know, conversation outside of this, you're getting a solar plexus punch. Gamping. Let's be spoopy and go gamping. Death.
Bring your crystals.
Oh boy. Charge your crystals first. We're going to have Chip Coffee there and he's going to, you know, do his whole thing.
Oh, Chip Coffee. My man.
Nope.
Salesman, baby. Great sales. Still keeping it up. Still a great salesman, that guy.
He keeps it up for you?
Oh, man.
You said it, not me.
Anywho. All right, guys. Well, we're going to go on a little road trip here.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we're back. It's been a while. We know I've gotten some messages. People going, "We getting a double episode? What are we getting?"
You're getting what we give you. We have lives.
Yeah, it's been a very, very busy month. Yeah. Jay's got black under his eyes right now.
I run a business out of my home, so yeah. Sometimes, guys.
Yeah, and I got stuff going on too. You know?
I'm smart. I can do things.
Michael. You think we're just doing this for anyway, guys, no, we're back, and I figured this would be a nice little welcome back. Get spooky again, get into the ghosts, do some hauntings. Now, I think I'm gonna kick us off here with our first location. It's gonna be Alabama, and Jay, we've done this.
Oh, hell yeah, we have.
We've covered this, and this was one of the topics that I wanted to do forever. But in Alabama, Sloss Furnace in Birmingham is notorious for the crazy number of workers that died there from burns, steam explosions, and falls. James Slag Wormwood, our boy, is said to still haunt the place after falling into a giant pool of melted iron ore in 1906. In 2010, Sci-Fi's Ghosts captured images of ghosts, orbs, and shadowy figures here. Yeah, and we went over the history. It's a doozy.
Yep. The best part of the history of this place is when Ghost Adventures visited there, because Bagan's walking around that place yelling, "Slag, you're fired!" Like, it just good times had by all. And then wasn't there a girl who had like a tramp stamp that was Sloss Furnace, right?
I think so. Yeah, we had the clip in that episode.
Of course we did. How could we not?
It's us. It's ODP, baby. Bring the goods.
So, Ken, you want to hear about Alaska?
Absolutely.
Okay, so according to this compilation, visitors have reported a strong scent of perfume and unusual cold spots at the Red Onion Saloon in Skagway, Alaska. Yep.
Skagway.
Well, I don't know. The spot is said to be haunted by the spirit of a prostitute, Lydia Skagway, so it was right.
Yeah.
Who worked there when the bar was a brothel. Didn't we go off the rails about prostitute ghosts on an episode? I think we did, right?
That was
it was weird, right?
Oh, there was Tombstone, and then there was another one we went off with. New Orleans.
The town. No, it was a town. Remember the whole haunted town?
Arizona. Oh, geez.
Yep.
Anyway,
my
yeah.
I'm overloaded.
We're doing this for the love of the game right now, gang.
Oh yeah.
We're in
Hold
here.
on, let me pour some more funny.
Yeah. Get some funny in you. Yeah.
I want to go to Arizona, Ken. Take us to Arizona.
Yeah, let's go. Let's take a trip. Now, in Arizona, the Copper Queen Hotel in Bisbee is apparently the home to 3 ghosts: an older gentleman with long hair and a beard, a little boy, and a prostitute named Julia Lowell. The old man appears in doorways on the 4th floor, and the young boy is often heard giggling or running through the halls, and Julia tends to touch or whisper to the men while they sleep on the 3rd floor.
Mm-hmm. That's the kind of experience I would want.
Yeah, at the Copper Queen.
Yeah, the Copper Queen. And it's in Bisbee, so while you're there, you can go visit Doug Stanhope, because that's where he lives. Yep, I like the touchy ghosts.
I know you do.
All right, buddy, I'm going to take us to Arkansas now.
Okay, baby.
So there's a reason, Ken, Crescent Hotel in Eureka Springs is considered America's most haunted hotel. That's every hotel. Because I can think of like 4 other right off the top of my head. It was once a hospital, right, where patients would rarely leave alive thanks to defective medical practices. All right, so they were torturing people here. Just like, here, drink this cocaine till you die.
Yeah.
Some spirits still linger, like a worker who fell to his death in 1885, a cancer patient who needs help finding his room key, and even a cat named Morris.
Yeah, this one, this is the one with that guy, that notorious snake oil salesman who like convinced the entire town to like get on board with his practices. He like told him he was a doctor, he wasn't. He told him he had like all this experience with, you know, consumption, and he started this entire place, and it was just abysmal.
Yep, sounds like The Road to Wellville. Ever watch that movie?
Yeah, I did, with Anthony Hopkins, Dana Carvey.
Oh, that movie is so good.
Very good. Matthew Broderick. Yeah, look at us go.
Great
We still
movie.
got it. All right, guys. California.
Hey, I wonder which one you're going to mention if it's California.
God. Who doesn't know where we're going? The Winchester Mystery House in San Jose was home to Sarah Winchester of the Winchester Rifles. That's what they said, of the Winchester Rifles.
Company.
Yeah. Not that her, husband designed the Winchester rifle or anything like that, and is said to be haunted by the ghosts of her deceased family and those killed with their famous weapons.
What a piss poor way to write this place up. First of all, she married into the family, and she was left with all the, the fortune that the family had acquired.
Yes.
And, she was told by, they don't even tell you why this thing exists. She, thought the ghosts that were responsible for the deaths of her family members were going to cause her death.
Yes.
So she kept building to appease the spirits, allegedly.
Yeah, because a medium told her that she would die when the construction was done.
It was Chip Coffey's great-grandfather.
Well, then he was a good one. A good salesman. Good salesman.
It was that other woman. I see a body.
Wait.
I see a body.
Yep, she's still here. She's still here.
She is still here. I mean, what else is she going to do?
Yeah, right. She ain't no Peter James.
I'm coming through.
Love you,
There he
Pete.
is.
Big Pete.
Big Pete coming in.
Coming in and and helping us along the way to Colorado, sir. So, and of course, we're going to talk about this one. If the Stanley Hotel in Estes Park was spooky enough to inspire Stephen King's The Shining, then it must be haunted.
Yeah.
At least 4 spirits, we've got Lucy, Paul, Eddie, and Elizabeth, regularly roam the hotel's hallways. Guests have reported seeing flickering lights, hearing laughter, and hearing the sound of footsteps echoing off the walls. Dude, this is one of the big boys. This is the classic. This is this is on my bucket list. I mean, this is like this one and like Waverly Hills Sanatorium.
Waverly Hills,
two of my big ones. This one has it all. I mean, and yes, they are correct. If this one did inspire Stephen King, and I think the funniest thing is that when he was choosing where to go, he just closed his eyes and pointed on a map, and he just happened to point on the Stanley Hotel. And I love that story. I don't care if that's fake. I love that story, and I'm keeping it.
Yeah, I heard a different telling too, that he was staying there. And it was during the winter, and he was like looking out in the window because he was having a restless night. Yeah, but also,
no, both those things. Those are both part of the story.
Okay.
They're just saying that's why he chose that place, and then he went there and he had all these weird experiences when he was there. He was trying to detox because he was such an alcoholic and coke fiend back then. They left that out.
Yeah. He was so bad that like he apparently like was just like tearing up checks, like Johnny Cash style, like. But yeah, plenty of celebrities have had experiences here. It's a plethora. You could just YouTube it, and you could waste 7 hours just looking at Stanley Hotel
celebrities.
Stuff. Yeah, celebs.
Mm-hmm.
Jay.
Yeah.
Let me take you to Connecticut.
Please do.
Come over to Connecticut?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, a cemetery is a pretty solid place to look for ghosts. Actually, not really. But Union Cemetery in Easton is next level. Jason McKittrick, next level.
Well, I would know it.
Mists, light rods, and orbs have all appeared in photos taken there. And there are reports of a lady wearing a white nightgown or wedding dress roaming the grounds, as well as a pair of red eyes that float in the night. Why wouldn't you open with those two?
Yeah, because light rods, didn't we do a whole like segment of one of our episodes on orbs of how light rods, like, dude, that was disproven in like the early 90s. It's bugs flying. And it doesn't
light rods and orbs.
I mean, mists, it was Alucard. Light rods, maybe even the poison mist. Light rods were only artifacts that were left on VHS tapes, and it was bugs flying. Remember rods? It was a big story on sightings.
Yeah, sightings too. And then what was it? It used to come on after Ghost Hunters. Originally, it was like Fact or Fiction. No, not Fact or Fiction. Proof Positive. Proof Positive. One of their first episodes, they had a huge segment on rods, and I'm like, dude, that's a bug. That's a bug flying. Like, stop.
Orbs, it's like you're outside, dude. That's you just. But I like the lady wearing a white nightgown or a wedding dress. I mean, that tells more of a story. And then the floating red eyes. I mean, give me more of that.
Yeah,
some kind of blood-sucking vampire in New England. I'll have that.
Yeah, the side of Lady in White. You know what I mean? Like, I'll take that. That's meaty. We're in there. Just give us here's the goods: mist, light rods, and orbs. Okay.
All right, so now we're going to travel a little bit south of us, not too far from us.
Not too far.
So Fort Delaware in Delaware City embraces its spookiness. They embrace it, Ken.
Yeah.
By hosting ghost tours where visitors have claimed to have captured pictures of dead Confederate soldiers and reported feeling cold spots and hearing the sounds of explosions.
First thing. So Delaware, I feel like everything in Delaware is named Delaware. It's like Delaware County, Delaware Street.
And it's only 3% sales tax.
Right. Well, no, I think there's no tax, right? It's tax-free Delaware, right?
I thought it was something, but anything that has tax is only 3%.
Okay. Anyway.
There's some shopping that does, but then their regular sales tax, it's something like that.
Sure. It's something like that. But yeah, it's like Delaware Street on Delaware, in Delaware County and Delaware Road, Delaware. Everything's Delaware. And also, I love how they embrace the spookiness by having the tours. It's like, bro, throw a stone in any direction. There's a ghost tour nowadays, man.
Yeah. Like, I think I'm going to start doing a ghost tour in my neighborhood.
You should. We were when we were at the Phil's game last Friday. That we could have did like the haunted porta potties at this point, and people would have bit hook, line, and sinker.
You know what? We'll talk about that off air. We should do something to fool with the people at the fucking tailgate section because.
Yeah. Damn right. Well, here we go, baby.
All right, buddy, take us to the Wild West.
Look, we're going down to the lunatic state, Florida here, buddy. Now in Florida, my Dave from Nowhere, friend of the show and also contributor, he sent in a couple stories. He's one of our guys. He actually was recently at St. Augustine, Florida, and he was by the lighthouse, drove by it. But St. Augustine lighthouse was owned by Dr. Alan Ballard in the 1800s. When the state threatened to take the building by force, he threatened to never leave the property. People still see him roaming around today, along with the spirit of the lighthouse keeper Joseph Andreu. I think it is Andreu. We've actually covered this on Yep. Was it lighthouses that we did, or was it it wasn't maritime, right?
No, it was definitely lighthouses because that was the episode where we derailed for like 30 minutes on St. Pete Beach.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Was that the way that was Ghost Beach Party, right?
Sure. You know what's funny? They picked for Florida, so they mentioned St. Augustine, but why not mention that St. Augustine is the oldest city in America? Nobody ever talks about that. 1565.
Yeah, well, they don't want to talk about that.
Yeah, I mean, it's supposed to be like crazy haunted. 42 years before the English colonized Jamestown and 55 years before the Pilgrims landed at Plymouth Rock. The Spanish established that in 1565, and there's a fort there that's like crazy haunted. Do you remember that one story where they have it's like a headless ghost that like floats No, it's just a head. A head
Yeah,
floats
the head
along the
floats.
fort. I think we
Yes.
talked about that. The
We
fort
did.
in St. Augustine.
We did, and everyone wants to talk about Delaware. That's that. That's what it
Hey,
is.
man,
You know?
I mean, it's tax-free shopping. It's gonna pull everybody in.
Ooh, the first state. Ooh, sorry, Delaware fans.
Delaware fans. All right, buddy. Now we're heading down to Georgia. This is a classic one because this has been on several episodes of our favorite ghost shows. Savannah is considered one of the most haunted cities in the country, and Moon River Brewing Company is famous for hosting multiple spirits. We've got Toby, James Starks, and the Lady in White, who all stayed at the property when it was the City Hotel. Guests have reported doors being held closed and people getting pushed down the stairs.
Beautiful. Toby sounds like my favorite. I like Toby.
Yep. It's this one's famous. I think if you go there with a ghost hunting crew, one of you will get possessed. I think that's what they guarantee.
Yes. And someone will end up in the other room. One will walk into a wall. Yeah, it gets wild. Out there in Georgia.
Yeah. It's a good one. I mean, Georgia's got plenty, but that's what they picked, and I get it because it's on all the ghost shows. The Moon River Brewing Company.
Yeah. Well, buddy, let's get tropical here.
Sorry.
There was a big late 80s, early 90s, everything in pop culture had to be in Hawaii because we were trying to push our tourism.
Big time.
Big time. Yep. You play the bass up. Yeah. Air bass works better up there. So even the ghosts in Hawaii embrace the aloha spirit. The Iowa Theater is that how you say that? Iowa?
We're two white dudes.
Yeah, that's true.
Yao Theater. This is a terrible one. There's that one, that hotel that's like holy shit haunted.
Yeah, we actually talked about that one before too. Yeah, man, we're going down memory lane here. Yeah, but it opened in 1928 in Waiakea is reportedly home to a nice female spirit who roams around. See, I don't dig it. I don't dig the nice ones that are like.
It's very like copy and paste. It's just like, okay, give me something horrible though. Like, yeah. Like, did somebody get like, I don't know, like assaulted or thrown off of a balcony? Like, that's what I'm looking for. Why are we not talking about like, the Hawaiian goddess that just wants to murder every white person that comes there? That's what I want to hear.
Yeah, that's what I want to hear. The one that like the white man off the land, and they're like, there's like tiki heads, and it's just like flaming. You know, like that's what I'm after.
Absolutely.
Not this friendly ghost bullshit. You and Casper can friendly ghost. Casper jag off.
Speaking of white people, we're gonna head to Idaho now.
The antics are back, baby.
Yeah, buddy. Former inmates are said to haunt the old Idaho State Penitentiary in Boise, which operated from 1872 to 1973. A good 101 years there, huh? Yep. Visitors have reported feeling touches, D-touches, maybe even D-touches, hearing it's a prison, bro. Hearing whispers in the hallways and seeing unexplainable flashing lights. The Travel Channel's Ghost Adventures even photographed what appeared to be a male ghost at the property.
Before we get to Pennsylvania, let's guess what they're picking. Eastern State Penitentiary.
Hold on, I'm gonna look ahead because I didn't even get to it yet. We didn't get there yet.
What
do they think? Oh, absolutely.
What do we guess?
Oh, if it's not Eastern State Penitentiary,
Fort Mifflin.
It could be Fort Mifflin. It's definitely in Philadelphia, though. There's no way it's not a place in Philadelphia.
Yeah. So we're gonna say Eastern State Penitentiary.
If they're like some Scranton Jagoffs or like Pittsburgh bullshit,
Gettysburg. They could go Gettysburg.
You know what? That's probably a good pull. I mean, that's a whole thing.
Yeah. All right. I wanted to get our guesses in before we get there. I just want to get that. So Idaho, white people, prison. Yeah. Ghost adventures, photoshopping. We get it. Idaho. Bunch of human potatoes walking.
Yeah. I mean, that's a good one. I mean, that's a great site. I mean, there's great stuff there. I mean, prisons are always my bread and butter. But I see where they went with that one.
Yeah. Well, Jay?
Yeah.
Illinois, buddy.
Mm-hmm.
Not only are there traditional vanishing spirits at the Bachelor's Grove Cemetery in Chicago, but there's also a disappearing building. Love it. There are tales of a ghost house that appears to visitors but vanishes when you get that close. That's cool.
Yeah.
I like that. It's in the cemetery. Like that's like a video game Easter egg. Like that's something you find out about, and you go there. You have to like it has to be the specific time. Maybe you change the date and hour on the system to be able to get there. You know.
Yep.
That's right in my wheelhouse, man.
Yeah, that's like that's like Psycho Mantis reading your memory card kind of shit.
Yeah,
this is
controller ports. Yep.
Have you tried the back of the CD case? You're fucking searching in that office for like an hour and a half. What do you mean the CD case? And then they just meant the back of the game. That's the case the game came in.
Yeah, it was a rough translation.
Yeah. No, it was meant to fool people. It worked very well. Anyway, so we've got Bachelor's Grove Cemetery. I mean, we may do an episode on this one because this one has it has a disappearing house, which is really nuts. And then you have one of the best, in my opinion, one of the best ghost photos ever taken. It's that woman sitting on the grave that was taken with an infrared camera. So it's like there's the way that she looks. It's like that wouldn't even look like that. I
could pull you up my Google tabs right now for keep episode ideas on there. Yeah, well, one of them is the cemetery.
Yep, Bachelor's Grove.
I was actually going to pitch it to you.
Oh yeah, no, this is coming up, guys. This location is very infamous. It's got mob ties. It's got just weirdness. It's got great ghost sightings. It's a great pick. So good one for Illinois.
Yeah.
All right, so
Illinois bringing the heat.
Yeah. So now we're going to go to Indiana, bringing no heat. Dude, it's flyover territory.
Right.
Love you, Indiana. The blue lady who haunts Story Inn in Nashville will appear if you turn on a blue light in the room and leaves behind blue objects. See, they're even naming another city after another Nashville. It's like, come on. Trying to get people to go there. Guests have also reported Erie, Indiana. That was a fun show, but it's not real.
A fun show. It was a fun show.
It was. Guests have also reported smelling cherry tobacco, her favorite when she was alive in the 1800s. I mean, I dig this. I mean, a little stop on some like off the beaten trail, like, highway kind of thing. And it's like, here's our like general store or Story Inn, which was a general store as well because they were back in the day. I like it. You stop in.
I feel like if you're on a road trip, this is like somewhere like, it's like a little thing that like your wife or girlfriend's like, hey, let's stop in here to see the tchotchkes and everything. And you're in there. And then like all of a sudden someone's like, did you hear about the ghost? And you're like, oh
yeah.
And you're like,
ew, don't touch me.
Yeah, but tell me everything.
Yeah. Nope. Please. I would totally no, it would be the other way around. I was like, oh, here's all the haunted locations on this road trip we're taking. She's like, oh, cool, another one.
Well, this next one is actually a doozy.
Yeah, we covered this, didn't we not?
We talked about it. I think we definitely did. We're going to Iowa, gang. Going to Iowa. On June 9th, 1912, 6 members of the Moore family and 2 house guests were brutally murdered with an axe in what is now known as the Villisca Axe Murder House. The crime was never solved, and to this day, people say they've seen unusual green lights as well as bloodstains vanishing from the walls. There are daytime tours, but if you really want to test your limits, you can spend the night. That'd be sick.
It would. This murder was fucked up. Like,
the house guests were kids. They didn't mention that.
Yeah, it was all little girls and then a husband and wife. It was like it was a husband and wife. They had 2 little girls and then they had 2 other kids staying over who were also little girls.
Yep.
And another part they don't tell you is that he murdered them all with the blunt side of the axe.
Because they could tell because in the roof there was the actual.
So when he murdered the husband and wife, over the bed where like the axe when he was trying to kill them got stuck in the ceiling a couple times. He had to pull it out. Fucking crazy, man. There is an episode of, I think it's America's or Most Haunted Places in America, whatever that show is with Zelda Rubinstein. I always get it messed up.
Scariest Places on Earth.
Scariest Places on Earth. Thank you, sir.
Yes.
They stay there and the dude gets crazy spooked just staying there because like he's like the ghost of that guy is still in this house. And that was one of those episodes I was like, holy shit. And, and the house was right by the railroad. So back in the day, man, I mean, hobos could just come on and off of trains and just murder people and jump back on. And I think that's the prevailing theory on what happened there.
They think that he lived in the attic.
Well, not that he stayed. He stayed in the attic and then wait till everybody fell asleep and then came down and then he covered all the mirrors, which is so weird. Yeah, just a total psycho.
That adds to like also like the paranormal thing, like people don't fear the mirror, the window to the other side.
More like he was one of those people that was just like was freaked out by his own appearance and had issues. And they also ate some of their food, which is mighty nice of them. Ugh, nice job, Iowa.
Yeah.
All right, buddy. So now we're headed down to Kansas. Another famous case made famous by sightings. I mean, we all watched this one. This was the big one back in the day. So when Tony and Deborah Pickman moved into the Sally house in Atchison in 1993, strange things started to happen. Toys would rearrange themselves. Fires broke out in the house, and Tony was reportedly violently attacked several times by the spirit of Sally, who died there in the 1800s. Yeah, this was a big story back in the day. This was like what the Amityville of the 90s, I would even say. Like, it's kind of how big it got. And
if you didn't have the Sally House on your Ghost show in the 90s, or even now, you don't get to the Sally House, your Ghost show ain't shit.
Yeah, and we haven't got there yet, so we ain't shit.
we don't do live location, you know.
No, we don't. No, but I loved this story as a kid. It freaked me out when, like, remember the guy drew a picture of the little girl, and I was like, ew.
That's what you do. That's what you do.
But that legendary episode of Sightings, man. Remember Tim White came to the house and like the dude got scratched on camera and shit. Good stuff. Everyone had a mullet.
Yeah.
You know,
everyone did.
Everyone had striped socks jacked up to their knees with their fucking Reeboks. It was nuts.
Our boy Peter James came too, didn't he?
Yeah, he came through.
Yeah,
he came through.
He does. Like he does.
Yeah, like he does.
Yeah.
So.
All right, man.
There it is, buddy. You take it,
guys. Yo, let's go to Kentucky.
Or as Hawkeye would say in Last of the Mohicans, Kentucky. Sorry, I love that movie.
No, that's fine. That's fine.
If you're ever looking for a banger and you're just ready to you just want to murder like somebody or just get pumped, put on the soundtrack to Last of the Mohicans. Unbelievable. Nice. It's all violins and like wacky shit. It's so good.
Yeah.
Sorry guys, I'm a little off today.
I think you're killing it.
If you want to murder people or get fired up, I just said that.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm stepping all over your fucking jam here. Go for it.
No, you're good, buddy. You are good. Welcome back. Welcome back to ODP, man. Anyway, Kentucky. Thousands of people are said to have died at the Waverly Hills Sanatorium in Louisville, which was used to house tuberculosis sufferers. Now, there are reports of flickering lights and shadowy figures, and ghost hunters have said that they have heard voices telling them to leave on the 5th floor.
Yeah, why don't you say the least possible fucking thing you could say about this building?
Dude, like, that was, like, the shortest... Like, this place is my bucket list haunt.
Dude, Room 502.
Yeah, Room 502, the band. Yep. You know, there's a band, there's a documentary. Dude, go back to our episode. Go back to our Waverly Hills episode.
Yep,
I think we laid it down.
Yeah, I think we laid it down on that episode. It was an exhaustive study on that. And there's that
the nurse who hung herself.
The nurse who hung herself, and there's that documentary. I mean, it's got some goofy shit in there, but it's called Haunted: The Ghosts of Waverly Hills Sanatorium.
Yeah.
It's kind of goofy. Don't get me wrong, guys, but they really there's some great anecdotes in there, and that place, man. Now, from what I understand, they've renovated quite a bit of it. Like there's a few rooms that are brought back to like the way that it looked like when it was still in operation. Like they've really put a lot of money into it. And if I'm not mistaken, they just went through a big legal battle because it was like once owned by I forget who, whatever. But the owners, the Mattingleys are the last names. They finally got whatever court battle they were in. It's over and they won, so they can get back to doing the shit they were doing. So
hell yeah, good shit. I'm a fan
of the Phillies.
Fan of Waverly Hills and the Phillies, man.
Oh! All right, man, you want to go to Louisiana now?
Take us there.
All right, man. So paranormal activity has been experienced at the old Louisiana state capitol in Baton Rouge since the Civil War, when it became a prison. All right, so people say they've heard footsteps in the empty hallways, seen doors opening and closing on their own, and witnessing a little girl spirit named Sarah Morgan roaming the grounds.
Just a look at this place is enough to warrant wanting to go.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think we mentioned this on our haunted Louisiana episode. And folks, I have not forgotten. We will get the Vampires of Louisiana episode to you guys. I feel that's a good summer episode.
I agree.
We'll get to that because that's a hell of a weird story. But this one's a great one. I don't think this one was included in our episode. But what else do you need to know, man? Civil War ghosts. Let's have it. Yeah,
we're all about that here.
Yep.
Our most popular episode. All right, guys, Maine.
Take us up top.
Yeah, Maine, y'all.
Mm-hmm. That's where Chuck Rack got his bullshit going on. Allagash.
Piece of shit. Well, the Kennebec Arsenal in Augusta was turned into a psychiatric hospital in 1901, and thousands were reported to have been buried in unmarked graves there after dying during horrific treatments. A story old as time.
Yeah, you changed you left the graves, but you didn't change. Like, come on.
Yeah. Though the facility closed in 2004, there are numerous stories of spirits appearing and cries of former residents being heard. Yeah, man. Go to any of these sanatoriums. Go to any of these places, man.
Sanatoriums.
Go to any of these sanatoriums. The Chardonnay is kicking in, my friend.
I hear you.
But that's like, come on, man. Look at this place too. Look at this place.
Oh,
you kidding me?
It's delicious.
It is. I would love to, like, if someone sent me like a birthday card that was on the front.
Yeah.
You know?
And
like
then the inside they're like, hey, guess where we're going this weekend? You're like, fuck yeah. Then you stand out front, you have a bowl of fucking Count Chocula, and then you go in.
I just cry into my Count Chocula.
Yeah, just crush that bowl too. It's like,
excited.
Fuck yeah. It's like, you got any Frankenberry or Blueberry too? Let's complete this fucking mess.
I'm just like, this is great. You guys are my best friends.
Absolutely. All right, buddy. Now we're gonna head to Maryland.
Baltimore.
Yes. Head to the 19th floor at the Lord Baltimore Hotel, if you dare. It's here that visitors have reported seeing the ghost of a little girl with a red ball, black shoes, and a long dress, and where the elevator mysteriously stops without pushing the button. That just means they need to mess with the cables. Apparently, a couple committed suicide here in 1929, leaving behind their young daughter.
Oh, that's tough. Tough stuff.
That is tough stuff. But, you get old enough hotels, 1929, that's not even the beginning of it. Hotels, man, they are just jumping with activity.
Oh, yeah. We've gone over plenty of times. But do you think there was a real Lord Baltimore?
There was. I mean, there's a story associated with it, but I don't think he was at this hotel.
I mean, did he build it? Was it like
I want to choose that I want to choose to believe that he built it himself.
Yeah, he was
brick
like,
by brick.
This is where my hotel goes in Baltimore, and he
Interesting pull on that accent there.
Thanks. I tried something different. I wanted to go something different.
Baltimore sounds very English to me, but yeah.
Well, I keep going back to Baltimore. That's why, isn't that from Scarface? That's what I...
Yeah, it's all good.
Yeah, just me being me.
Yeah, man, I'm into it.
Yeah.
Where are we going now?
I get to be a full idiot,
Okay.
ODP,
I know you want to use another word, but we want to, listeners.
Yes, right. All right, guys, let's go to Mass. Let's go to Boston. Yep. No, it's not.
Hang out with some of these mass holes.
Yeah. All right, guys. So you can actually spend the night in Lizzie Borden's house in Fall River, where she allegedly brutally murdered her father and stepmother. Expect to hear sounds of women weeping, see shoes moving across the floor, and witness a ghost of an older lady tucking you in bed. Like, I don't like that.
I don't like that either. I mean, that is firmly in the category of ghost grandmas, and I don't like that at all.
Yeah, we're not fan of ghost grannies, but we are. Like, that's the thing. Like
we are, but like this one doesn't sound friendly. It's like, enjoy your stay here.
Yeah. And she tucks you under her nails, like she tucks you in.
Super long fingers with like black fingernails that go over, come over. Yeah.
And she's got that face with like the teeth, and she's all gaunt. And
who are we kidding here? Allegedly brutally murdered her father and stepmother, dude. Yes, she did. Yes. She most certainly did.
Yeah. Let's lean into the ghost aspect and also the fact that she did it. Like, let's not lean into the mystery of what happened.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? How podcasts do.
Yeah.
She did it. There's ghosts there,
Well, yeah, there's been plenty that were like, for a little bit there, like, no, Lizzie Borden is this hero. She's like an early feminist. It's like, no, she was not. She was a crazy person who did not support herself whatsoever and didn't like her stepmother. And her dad kind of bugged the shit out of her, so she murdered both of them. Yeah. Nothing admirable about this lady.
And then collected the money, was booted from town, and lived the rest of her life with money. She's just like
fabulous opulence.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I like to hear, buddy.
2 pinky rings, not just one.
Yeah, no, and she's like,
yeah,
this is what murder gets you. It's the ring.
All right, buddy, you ready to move up to Michigan?
Yeah, I am. You know I am.
All right, man. Apparently, there's a portal to hell under the, quote, hippie tree located on the trails behind the crumbling Traverse City State Hospital. So we got a whole thing going on here. So portal to hell, right?
Yeah.
Under the quote-unquote hippie tree located on the trails behind the crumbling Traverse City State Hospital. All right, so it's like a whole thing. It's like, all right, they draw you a little map.
Yeah.
It's like it's like all right. So we don't the hippie tree. That's a whole thing. Okay.
Yeah.
There's a portal to hell, so we don't go into the state hospital, which that's a mental institution.
Yes.
And we go into the tunnels to greet what was it called? Satan's asshole.
Yeah.
No, portal to hell. So people have claimed to hear screams and voices and seen disfigured, shadowy figures.
That's cool. I like that.
That's very fucking cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. No.
Huh.
Michigan.
We gotta look into this.
Yeah, we do, because it's not even saying where it is. Is this in is this near Detroit? Like, was RoboCop involved?
Yeah, right. Well, Detroit is Satan's asshole, apparently. So
yeah, I mean, we just blame OCP for all of this, I guess.
yeah, and RoboCop's like, where is Kane?
Eats baby food.
Where? Oh yeah, he does eat baby food.
Yep.
Poor guy.
All right. Yep.
All right, guys. Minnesota. Minnesota. Visitors to the Palmer House Hotel in Sauk Center are actually warned about ghosts like Lucy, a prostitute who... prosties, they'll get you every time, who worked in the Sauk Center House brothel and haunts room 17. A ghost hunting group reportedly recorded a temperature of -1 degrees Fahrenheit.
No shit. In Minnesota? -1? No shit. I don't know. So I would, for Minnesota, I would have went with, I mean, I don't know if it's haunted, but you ever heard of Anoka, Minnesota? They call it the Halloween capital of the world.
Yes.
I want to visit that one day.
Yeah.
And then leave immediately, because I can't think of anything else that's good there.
Yeah, I think they're still haunted from us beating them in the playoffs to go to the Super Bowl. The Eagles. Sorry, Minnesota.
Well, I just think of like covered wagon days. It's like, hey, let's get out of here.
Yeah.
It's like, it wasn't on the fucking Oregon Trail. Don't if you stay in Minnesota too long, you get like dysentery.
Yeah, dysentery. We'll die of cholera.
Picked apart by a pack of like wolves or some shit.
Everyone drowned. Like that's what. Your trail is over.
Yep. Ken Mississippy. Mississippi. All right. So I know this one. I don't think we have not covered this one, but the King's Tavern is the oldest standing structure in Natchez. So of course, paranormal activity is to be expected.
If it's old, it's haunted, baby.
1789, it better be. Yeah. In the 1930s, 3 mummified bodies were discovered in the cellar.
Love it.
Visitors say they've heard a baby crying, seen strange reflections in the mirrors, and say that the unoccupied beds feel warm, like someone was just sleeping in there. I want to go now.
Yeah, thumbs up. Yeah. Dude, Mississippi, thank you.
Put King's Tavern. Put that on the list in Mississippi. This might be a good one, because I think this is the one with those weird, like one of the first serial killers. They were a group of brothers, and I think this is their story.
I know the ones you're talking about. Yep. They were actually. I wish I knew the names, but man, Mississippi. What way to bring the goods?
Yeah, I mean, they bring a lot of bads, but
yeah,
Mississippi.
Food's good though. Food's good, I hear.
Sure. All right. I think it's off to
it's off to Missouri. It's off to Missouri.
Yep.
Yeah. Everyone's seen the famous movie The Exorcist, right? But the event that inspired the flick happened in 8435 Roanoke Drive in St. Louis. A teenage boy called Roland Doe, quote unquote, was brought to his family in the city after allegedly becoming possessed by a demon while playing with a Ouija board in Maryland.
Yeah, kind of. That's kind of the story.
Fact.
Kind of the story. It's, I mean, if we're ever going to do the real Exorcist, we probably just go into this, but like that kid had what?
Fine.
It is fine. I mean, it was a little boy, not a little girl, and that dude was crazy.
Yeah, bro was losing it.
He was losing it in the best way.
Yeah, in the best way possible.
I think he beat up some priests and shit. He like pulled like a spring out of his mattress and like cut the shit out of one of the priests. It was nuts.
Yeah.
Pulling some like old prison methods on people.
Yeah, man.
There it is.
He had some knowledge. Azazel dropped some knowledge of how to use the weaponry.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying?
Damn. All right, buddy. I think it's time to head to Montana.
Let's go there.
The Montana Territorial Prison in Deer Lodge operated from 1871 until the late 1970s. Haunted as fuck.
Yep.
And it's been home to several murders and suicides. You think 200 years of operation? Since then, ghosts have appeared in empty cells, phantom footsteps have been heard, and cell doors closed by themselves. Classic.
Yep.
Put this one on the... We might have put this one on the list.
Yeah. Well, look, too. Look right behind it in the picture. See that water tower?
Yeah.
I would love to climb that and, like, observe, you know, see what we could see. That would
look
be...
for some bodies in there.
Yeah, well, yeah, all kinds of stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. You know, maybe there's some stuff on the roof that people forgot about, like a shiv.
Well, maybe.
Yeah.
Probably.
You know what? I'll bet John Johnson, also known as Vicky, would probably be able to tell us plenty about it.
I'm sure someone was pissing in the bitch's ocular cavities.
Here's the thing. We went to California, and they didn't do Alcatraz. They did the Winchester Mystery House over Alcatraz. Why?
Good call. Wait a minute.
Why?
You know what? Because people do that whole, oh, the walls that go to nowhere. It's like, there's bad construction. Relax.
And people also love it because it was the main inspiration for the Haunted Mansion in Disney.
Yeah.
But, dude, Alcatraz goes hard.
Alcatraz goes hard as fuck. That's where we get our clip of Peter James once again.
I'm coming through.
Yeah, you are, dude. Yeah, you are.
Yep.
But tell you what, got love for Montana. Got love for Montana on that one.
How do you feel about Nebraska, though?
Well, I'll tell you how I feel about Nebraska, buddy. Don't you ever fucking walk through the Ball Cemetery in Springfield at night. Apparently, Jay, there's a tall man that walks around in the middle of the night attacking visitors. Terrifying. Tall men ghosts are the scariest shit.
Yeah,
some people have reported getting inexplicable bruises after visiting, hearing the voice of a woman laughing, and seeing tombstones tipping over and rising back up on their own. Come on, dude.
Shit. I think Nebraska needs some tourists. That's, I think, what this one is.
Yeah, that's
We have floating tombstones.
Yeah, they go down, they come up. It's like a haunted house. So Ball Cemetery is a haunted house.
I love it. I'll go.
Also, Aaron Noel just gave up 2-run home run. Okay, so this happens. But yeah, I mean, if it's real, if there are tombstones going like Mario, you know?
Yeah.
If there's Mario tombstones, yeah.
So is it like when you turn around, like that's when they start coming after you, and then you look back and they're like, "Oh, what do you mean? Nothing's going on here."
Yeah, absolutely. Ball Cemetery is a level of Mario.
Okay.
Here.
I'm into it.
Yeah.
I'm into it. All right, buddy. Nevada. This is one of the big ones.
Yep.
The Goldfield Hotel in Goldfield has been featured on several paranormal TV shows since the spirits of the former owner, George Wingfield, and his mistress, Elizabeth, have been felt there. According to the legend, George kept Elizabeth chained to the radiator in room 109 after learning she was pregnant, and she died there shortly after giving birth. Let's add the details to that story.
Yeah, right. Of all the other ones, let's get this one.
They don't mention that when, she gave birth in the room, and he took the newborn baby and threw it down the fucking elevator shaft.
Is this the one where Zach Bagans almost got his head crushed in the elevator? No, that was the maintenance man one. That was a different one.
We did a whole episode on that town, and I can't think of the town right now. But no, this one, this was the one where they got their great evidence from. This was I mean, the Goldfield Hotel is the original special, the original Ghost Adventure special, and this one is fucking crazy. I mean, all the stuff they saw in there, the one where they got like that picture of like the it looks like a gunfighter.
Yeah.
Like this place, like you just look at it, you're just like, ugh.
Yeah, this one's rocketed them from that documentary into fame. This was like they were like, they wrote their own ticket with the evidence they caught on this one in that first documentary, and it was like, yeah, they are. They're on the scene, you know.
Yep. And they had that one lady, like the older lady, who was like the caretaker, and for some reason, I felt like they should be playing Return to Innocence.
Every chance we get. Every chance we get, we gotta sing that. Man.
Sure. I mean, it's it's a banger.
It's pure moods.
It's pure fucking moods. But Goldfield Hotel, I mean, we have not done this one, have we?
No, we've
I like this
talked
list,
about
man. It's giving us some ideas. I mean, you guys might be seeing some episodes created from this.
Exactly.
From this
And
episode.
I thought this was once again. I thought this was a good.
Yeah.
Get our juices back. Get flowing again. Let the people know we're still here talking about ghosts. I just got gangster. I don't know why I did that. I'm
I
sorry.
don't know either. Why don't you head to New Hampshire and calm down?
Dude, let's go. Yeah, that's where where you go to calm down. Oh my
New Hampshire.
God, though. But if you look at the picture,
Mm-hmm.
I'm about to rage. I'm about to run
God,
through my
just went from 6 to
screen right
midnight.
now. Yeah, right. Although the New Hampshire State Hospital in Concord is now abandoned, daring explorers who have ventured into the one-time brutal asylum say they've heard footsteps and screams, felt cold spots, and seen objects pushed off tables. There's more. Like, I'm looking at this right now. I'm like, you see people hanging.
Yep.
People in that window.
There's
It's
a body.
going down. Yeah.
I see a body swinging.
She's trying to get it in because she hasn't been in a few
Swing.
episodes, and we've
Yeah, right.
we've been off for it.
Right.
I wonder what Sylvia Brown has to say.
I hate psychic. Well, because she could never be wrong.
Does she have any credibility ever?
Ice-T, take care
Can
of
I
this.
tell the future?
Thank you.
Absolutely not.
Yeah, no credibility for her. It's the nails that always got me.
Yeah.
Terrible.
Well,
Hey man, this is a great looking one. I have not heard of this one. If I have, I don't remember the specifics. But New England abandoned psychiatric hospitals.
it's money in the bank, my friend.
And it's pure Lovecraft. Talk about pure moods. All right, buddy. We're going to New Jersey.
Of course, it would line up for you, my friend.
Yeah, man, my old stomping grounds. So this is an interesting poll for this one because this is a legitimately great one. Many psychiatric facilities in New Jersey have been demolished, all right? But Trenton Psychiatric Hospital still remains, and it is fucking scary. I used to drive past there a lot. It is literally Arkham Asylum. Like overgrown, these huge buildings. Half of the buildings are abandoned, but some are still in the operation.
It's super interesting, like brick structure on the outside
Yeah.
there. That's odd. That's an odd choice.
This is a terrible picture, but it's one of the famous Kirkbride buildings, which were the famous Batwing construction. Made famous by the film Session 9. If you haven't watched that movie yet, what are you doing?
But also, wasn't the Batwing made famous by the movie Waiting as well?
That's a different Batwing.
Oh, okay. Okay, I'm sorry.
Yes, but you might want to try the Batwing and then do the goat before you try the Batwing. It's a little easier.
Okay.
I don't know.
I just making sure.
Yeah. I mean, you gotta cross your T's and dot your lowercase
Lowercase
j's.
J's. Yeah.
So it is said that the hospital director, Dr. Henry Cotton, believed that he could cure mental illness by removing organs. Sure. I don't know what one has to do with the other. And he performed surgeries without anesthesia. Victims can still be heard screaming in the halls. Yeah, because there's still fucking patients there.
Yeah.
But this place is nuts. From what I understand, if you go there and like you're respectful and like say you're there for some kind of like research capacity, they will let you tour the old grounds. Someone will be with you because it's still active, but they will you can tour the old buildings that are all abandoned.
It'd be funny if we were like, hey, we're here, we're writing a college paper, and they look at us and they're like,
we're here to see some ghosts.
They're like, what school do you guys go to? We're like, Delaware.
School Hard Knocks.
School Hard Knocks.
I don't know.
We're like Delaware University in Delaware on Delaware Street.
Yeah. With Professor Delaware.
Professor Delaware. What are your guys' last names? Oh, I'm Ken Delaware. This is Jason Delaware.
I'm Delaware.
Delaware.
Delaware D. Delaware.
Yeah. What's the D stand for?
Delaware.
Yeah, nice. Any other honorable mentions in Jersey, Jay? Want to get them out of the way, buddy?
Oh, Jesus, man. Chock full. I mean...
Chock-a-block full, man?
It's Jersey. It's packed full, man. I mean, it's the trampoline state. It's where, New York and Pennsylvania just go to just run amok, but we stay strong, and I don't live there anymore, so...
There's
Miss
another,
it a little bit. Miss it a little bit. But
I get it.
But I'm firmly becoming a Pennsylvanian.
Yeah. Well, just guess what? You're new to Pennsylvania, and there's another new on this list, and it's New Mexico, my friend. Segue. Talk about a segue.
Wow.
Kenny James putting in work. All right, guys.
Not really.
Yeah, I know. I'm just drinking and having fun. So, in New Mexico, we got Old Main Penitentiary of New Mexico. Was the site of the most violent prison riot in the history of the United States in 1980. During it, people were raped, dismembered, and burned alive.
Jesus Christ.
Ghost tours are now offered at the prison, and some people said they were followed home by the dark spirits. Tell you what, buddy. Tell you what, my friend. It's a little rough, man. You probably get followed home by the stories, and they're gonna cause some stuff.
Yeah, once they get in there, that's it. I mean, you're far past fucked if you let some of this stuff get in your head, because when the big thing on here is the rapes and dismemberments and being burned alive.
Yep.
I mean, New Mexico, apparently they know how to party. I don't know what the fuck was going. This looks like the prison from Natural Born Killers after the riot.
It sounds like the riot from Natural Born
I'm
Killers.
expecting to see Tommy Lee Jones' head on a pike, like at the end.
Right. Yep.
Whew. New Mexico, huh? Turning up the heat.
Yeah, they're definitely.
But it's a dry heat. It's a dry heat.
It's dry heat. Yeah, there's no humidity, so like the rape was harder. It was rougher.
Jesus Christ.
Hey.
Ooh. All right, man. We're headed to the old shit-stained state, New York. I hate New York.
Yeah, fuck the Yankees, fuck the Mets. We get it.
It ain't even just that. I hate that city. This story has we're in New York, right? And we're going to talk about the Amityville Horror, which is funny because the movie was filmed in the town I used to live in New Jersey.
Yeah.
The movie The Amityville Horror, bullshit, was based on a real bullshit haunted house located at 108 Ocean Ave in Amityville, Long Island. In 1974, Ronald DeFeo Jr. shot and killed 6 members of his family in their own home. When George and Kathy Lutz, bullshitters, and their children, which one is a psycho now.
Bullshitters.
What is that? My Amityville Horror? Go ahead and watch that if you want to see a person who's just completely out of their mind and just lost their ability to have any kind of critical thinking skills.
Yeah, you know what's funny? That connects this one to the Conjuring House?
Both bullshit?
And the Warrens.
Right.
And also, before we did this. We were drunk. It's Amityville Horror Drunk episode. It's a great episode.
I mean, the drunk ones are good. So then they moved into the house a year later. They were terrorized by paranormal activity the entire 28 days they lived there. This is famous that they got together with the Warrens and the author Jay Anson. It was a complete just fabrication. They were just trying to cash in on the craze that was started by the movie The Exorcist. And they were very successful with it. And to this day, where it's like people still like, if you're watching any kind of like countdown or any kind of podcast or show that's doing something about like lists of haunted places, they have to bring this up because it's like a glaring omission if they don't, even though everybody agrees that it's bullshit.
Yeah, it's like a Mount Rushmore of ghost stories. You know what I mean?
But bullshit.
Also, Alec Boehm tied it up 2-run home run. So just so you know.
Oh, beautiful.
Yep. And Brandon Marsh got a hit, and then now stop 2 outs.
Our boys are heated up again.
Yes.
Leave this in.
All right. Beautiful.
Because if anyone listening to this hates the Phillies, that makes me feel better.
There you go. Well, so before we move on to the next date, we've covered this. Seriously, go to our Amityville Horror episode. It was one of we were on a streak of recording some of our best. That was the same session as we did. The Robert Johnson, and it was just vibes all the way through. But it was great. Okay, now we'll move on.
Speaking of which, we're about to record again next weekend. We're gonna have another live session, so we should have some really good ones coming your way.
Yes, sir. Not next weekend. Oh, not this. Yeah, so next weekend. You're right. You're absolutely right. My
June 3rd.
All right, it's in the books. Any hoot.
Yep.
Let's go to North Kakalaki, North Carolina. Okay, buddy.
Okay,
I don't
sure.
know why my face when I did that I became Dennis Miller, but
It's the box wine that you're drinking.
right. It's the box Chardonnay. The Omnigrove Park in Asheville is said to be the home to the Pink Lady, a female spirit who fell to her death in the hotel's lobby in the 1920s. According to guests, she still haunts those who stay in room number 555.
It's funny. I was just in Asheville like a year and a half ago, and I did not see this place at all because this is a big looking hotel.
Yeah, that's nuts. It looks great. Bryson Stott double. We're up. Scored mark. No, it looks great. Yeah, it looks great. It's honestly, it looks almost like something like there's this hotel I used to stay in Wildwood. It was called the
Rusty Rudder.
Might as well have been, but
That is a place there.
Yeah, it looks like the hotel I used to stay at in Wildwood, and it's got a bunch of bikers out there going around it. But that's fun. That's fun.
I think this is worthy to be included in the podcast. So do you remember a few episodes back where it was one of our cryptid episodes, right? And I was talking about a certain issue of Disney Adventures magazine where it had all these they did a cryptid section. Maybe you don't remember. It's okay. A friend of the show dropped me a link, and I have purchased that issue, and I now have it, and it's going to be here when we do our next recording session.
Wonderful.
So I think that's pretty huge.
It's people helping people. You know,
Yes.
it's
Paranormal people helping people.
paranormal people helping paranormal people.
Yep, go Phils.
Monster kids, go Phils. John Crook. Monster kids helping monster kids, ghost kids helping ghost kids. And I'll tell you what, North Carolina, you got a great building over there.
It's very cool looking. And monster kids should always help out monster kids. Like trade your monster in my pockets or your cool trading cards. Like remember those dinosaur ones where it was like dinosaurs just violently like ripping people apart? Remember that card series?
No.
Oh yeah, it's called like Dinosaur Attack series. It's kind of like it was the same artist that did the Mars Attacks
all right
cards, but it's all dinosaurs like violently eating people.
Respect.
Yeah, seriously. All right,
so we're into that.
I have a bunch, but yeah, you should. So let's head over to North Dakota. And this is funny to me because this is a haunted children's museum at the Yunker Farm in Fargo, right? Was once owned by Elizabeth Yunker. This is why this is all flyover territory. Who can't seem to leave her beloved establishment. Her ghost has been spotted upstairs, close to where most of the children's activities happen, and the elevator has a habit of working all on its own. Here's what I'm picturing: Miss Lippy from fucking Billy Madison painting her face with the glue. Her ghost does that in the windows. That's it. That's all I'm saying about this place. You're next.
I'm looking at it. They got the stick your head in. One person's the girl holding.
Why is this on any list anywhere?
Because you know what? They ain't got shit out there.
I bet they
North
do.
Dakota. They probably do, but they don't they're not using it. North Dakota's not using it.
Wait, is Deadwood in North Dakota or South Dakota?
Yeah. All right, guys. Ohio.
Oh, hi.
Oh, hi.
Oh.
Yo.
Oh!
This place. Talk about a look.
Yep.
Talk about a tough fucking hang. This place.
Yeah, Andy Dufresne had the toughest fucking hang of his life.
Yep. Oh boy. Not only was Ohio State Reformatory in Mansfield the famous setting of several movies, including The Shawshank Redemption, the greatest movie of all time, but it was also featured on Ghost Hunters, Scariest Places on Earth, and more. Why, you ask? Well, more than 200 people died here before it closed in 1990, and the ghosts of Warden Glack.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, Glack. That's the sound that everyone made when they died.
Go ahead, go on. You've stayed your hour.
Gordon Glack and his wife, who died on the grounds from natural causes, quote unquote. A 14-year-old former inmate who was beaten to death, and other various inmates still haunt the reformatory. Guys, come on. Like
prisons that were operating in the 1800s were literal like castle Draculas. Like the things that occurred there are like have stained the fucking environment for all time.
Like Ohio, like it's not like that. Like well, let's like go. Oh, Ohio's bringing the goods. It's like it doesn't need to because that place exists.
Yeah.
Ohio State Reformatory is. It's terribly gorgeous.
Yeah.
I guess that's the way I could say it.
Yeah. No,
And the
good call.
history about it is just, and not only that, you know, the greatest movie of all time, Shawshank Redemption.
Mm-hmm. That's non-debatable, by the way.
There. Yeah, I don't want to hear anyone say anything different. Like
Look, Green Mile is great, but it pales in comparison. Yes, it's the same director. Yes, Frank Darabont did the Lord's work, but that movie, bury me in Zewantaneo, please.
Oh my God. All right, now I gotta watch Shawshank after this. Jesus, but no, it's a beautiful place. Like I said, it's like terrifyingly gorgeous. It's such a, it's just such a mastery of like just human hands making something. Yep. I don't know.
But it's a huge stone construction, and you know the stone tape theory.
Yeah, like we said, they don't make stuff like that anymore, and that's why you're not hearing It's Britney bitch as a ghost.
Ooh, interesting. All right, pal. I think we should head over to Oklahoma. Yep. So a little girl named Augusta is just one of the many ghosts that haunt the Stone Lion Inn in Guthrie. Is he on tonight? Is he playing? He better not be.
Dalton Guthrie is not playing tonight.
Please, God. She usually derailed. She's usually spotted up on the 3rd floor of the building, and people have reported feeling her stroke the cheek during the night. So, which kind of cheek is she doing? Like bee touches?
If she's doing
that's pretty
bee
funny.
Touches, you're like, yeah. If you're laying on your tummy and you get a bee touch, you're like, oh, stop. You know, like, stop doing the bee touches.
Yeah, apparently she loves to clap cheeks. I'm sorry.
Wait, I just love bee touches.
She just lovingly caresses one cheek.
Yeah, she's like,
hey man, everyone's got their thing, and you know, ghosts take their proclivities to the grave, I guess. Apparently she loves to move small objects from one place to another as well. Yeah, look at this quaint little place right here. Look at that fan that probably does nothing in the summer.
Yeah, right. That's like my grandmom's bedspread from like 92.
But look at this room. Like my extreme horror here is like going to the bathroom in the middle of the night and then coming back to this room in the dark. It's like, ugh.
Yeah.
I would just wake up Christina like, let's get out of here.
It smells like mothballs. It's rough. It's rough.
The bed is probably a nightmare to sleep on. It makes a lot of noise. Not into it.
Yeah, nope. So let's come on. Let's go to the trail, buddy.
Okay.
Oregon.
Mm-hmm.
In 1850,
look at that place.
Balch family. Yeah, look at that. There's actually a place in Nottingham, in the woods by where I live, in the woods between Nottingham and Parkwood, and there's a structure just like this we used to drink at in the woods, and they blocked the roads off, so you had to like traverse a bunch of overgrown shit. But Oregon. In 1850, the Balch family purchased what is known as the Witch's Castle in Portland as a rural escape, but it turned into a nightmare. When the daughter Anna fell in love with one of the property workers, it's never good, you know. You know, her father Danford, white and pale skinned mother. Pasty white. Danford killed him and was later hung for the crime. Now, all 3 spirits reportedly still fight on the grounds around midnight.
That's
I'm down
awesome.
with that.
A ghost fist fight?
Yeah. 3 ghosts, like, you know, like,
having fisticuffs.
Yeah, having fisticuffs out there.
Piecing each other up.
Yeah, he's like, didn't even hurt.
Yep.
Here comes the Danford special. The double punch. You know?
The double. At the same time, sideways.
On to the next one. You get it too.
All right, man. It looks like I'm taking Pennsylvania, and of course they did choose, obviously,
the Mac Daddy, the big boy.
Yep, but the story that they're hitting us with first is not real. Prisoners at Eastern State Penitentiary in Philadelphia were reportedly subjected to physical and psychological torture. True, like the Mad Chair, not real. Method where prisoners were strapped in a chair without food and water for days. Now visitors hear footsteps, screams, moans, and other unexplained noises. That's what you're going to give us? No. Okay, how about that they were stood outside in the freezing cold and water was poured over them to let it freeze on their bodies as torture? How about that?
How about that? How about the riot that they had
Yeah.
where the one prison guard was dismembered.
Yeah.
Like how about oh dude, we could we
But Al
we-
Capone being haunted in his own cell.
yeah, right.
Yeah, we did an episode on this. Please go back and listen to this because we
Yes.
really laid it down. This is a location that Ken and I have a lot of love for. It's right here in our home city.
Yeah.
And
We investigated
we
it.
investigated it. And I've been there many times.
Yeah.
I'm about to take my kids there this year because they keep bugging me.
Yeah.
This is like another one of these like Dracula's castle, man. It is imposing because you don't even think that it's it's in Philadelphia, which it wasn't when it was built. It wasn't within the city limits. Now you like turn a block and there's this castle.
Yeah.
It's like, oh my god,
it's so good when you get off the Ben Franklin Expressway and you like turn and you go and you just make that turn and it's there.
Yeah.
And it's so good. It's so impressive.
Yep.
And it's honestly, if you live in this area, if you're a PA native, haven't been there, go on the day tour.
Yep.
Listen to Steve Buscemi tell you all the history about it. Like
he's like, hello, fellow kids.
Yeah. Right. It's just, dude, it's so good. And we've had experiences there. I had an experience the first time I went there when it was a haunted house.
Yep.
And the actors couldn't explain what was going on, and the manager had to like stop the tour. So like it's one of those places we've had, go listen to that episode. It's bonkers. It's amazing. It is beautiful. It's morbidly beautiful, and it needs to be it's a Mount Rushmore.
Yep, 100%. And please see our episode on this on this place. Oh man, I'm jealous of the next one because I've actually stayed here many times.
I haven't stayed here, but I did spend a week in Rhode Island. Rhode Island, I got to tell you, the nicest people in the world. I couldn't believe it. Everyone was so great, and it was beautiful. We went to like a beach. Like it was the most beautiful place I've ever been in my life. And I was like, if I'm going to retire, it's probably where I'm going to retire. But the Biltmore Hotel in Providence was named America's Most Haunted Hotel in 2000 and was apparently the inspiration for Robert Bloch's Bates Motel. What was that noise? Oh, excuse me.
It's a full moon tonight. You're right.
No, like I'm having my shit again. Many satanic rituals were rumored to be conducted here, and guests still hear the sounds of chatter coming from empty rooms. One report said that from time to time, guests will simply vanish during the night.
So I've stayed at this hotel many times because this is located in Providence, Rhode Island, which is was home to H.P. Lovecraft, and every other year they do the Necronomicon convention. And this place, I never had any paranormal experiences here, but friend of the show, Sam Heimer, had a horrible time staying here because he was right under one of the ballrooms. And the one time that we stayed in here, I remember he was motherfucker and then really hard because it was just all loud noises that one night. So Sam, if you're listening, and I'm sure you are, sorry you had such a hard time staying here because it's a wonderful hotel. And there's actually a few of Lovecraft stories are written on stationery from this hotel. So it's very historic, and you will be staying here. I guarantee it.
Beautiful. Love it. All right. So Sam, I'm sorry, buddy. I hope I don't have the experience you did, but oh baby, South Carolina, let's go into this.
Crybaby Bridge.
Got one. We got one. Everyone's got one. It's like it's like Oprah. You get a Crybaby Bridge, and you get a Crybaby Bridge. But Crybaby Bridge in Anderson got its name because of a legend that says if you stop here at night and cut off your engine, you'll be able to hear a baby's voice crying. All right. You might also see the baby's mother walking along the bridge in search of her lost child.
Ghosts and goblins.
I mean, isn't that what, that's all of them. That's the entire, that's everyone. They make their all stories. It's, there's a baby crying, but the baby's voice crying. Why just the baby crying?
I don't know, but there hasn't been any bridges on this list yet, and I think it should be pointed out. Maybe we should do an episode on haunted bridges because there's something about that, right? Is it because it's crossing water? Because there's that that correlation with paranormal activity and moving water. And then you have a bridge that's not used anymore. So think about all that captured energy. I love, we might have to do a haunted bridges episode because there's quite a few.
I'm into that. And also, the trolls that are under there.
You mean the homeless people?
No, like the Billy Goat's Gruff, like the trolls that are under the bridge.
Oh, like the Goatman Bridge?
Yeah, there's just trolls under bridges, man.
There are.
Like, what's up? Like,
hey, they know there's going to be a lot of travelers. Travelers are weary, and you can rob them of their shit very easily.
yeah, it's true. It's true.
All right, buddy, I think it's time to head over to South Dakota.
Yeah.
Spend the night in room 802 or 812 at the Hotel Alex Johnson in Rapid City, and you might have a visit from Alex Johnson himself. Who the fuck's this guy?
I don't know.
The owner died.
I was thinking of like, it's called the Alex Johnson.
Oh, like a Howard Johnson. Is this like the precursor? Is this Howard Johnson's dad?
He's like, we're only going to have one son. And he was like, yeah, whatever, Dad, you jag off.
Yep. There was like a fight at a Christmas party, so now there's like, no, now we're doing Howard Johnson. Fuck Alex.
And they'll call them Hojo.
Yeah.
These fucks.
You motherfucker. So the owner died in a hotel in 1938 and still hangs around today. Reports include hearing music playing, the sensation of being choked, windows opening on their own, and the words "Help me, oh daddy" being written in the fogged up mirror. They're getting saucy at the Alex Johnson.
Help me, but don't. You know, it's part of it.
Yeah, help me, but harder. Help me.
Yeah. All right. The last thing I want to say about the Alex Johnson Hotel is like the fogged up mirrors.
Yeah.
Like, come on, guys. We know what's going on. We
And
know
the ghost wrote it in lipstick. Come on. Yep. Tap your feet in the stall. We know.
Tapping it on over. Like,
So,
hey.
like in the 1800s, a glory hole is known as an Alex Johnson. They changed it.
Well, guess what? Going forward, it is now ODB canon.
That a glory hole is now known as an Alex Johnson.
Johnson.
Sounds good.
All right, guys. Well, let's go over to a place where
Kick
they would
his ass,
never.
Seabass. Sorry.
Dumb and Dumber. Like it.
Oh, yep.
Yeah, let's go over to a place where they would never accept an Alex Johnson. We're going to go to Tennessee, guys. Local Native Americans apparently put a curse on Hell's Bar Dam in Guild after it was built on their land in 1905.
They were still doing curses in 1905?
Yeah, totally.
Wow. Okay.
The witchy girls will still do curses now. They're like, you messed up my Starbucks order. You're gonna get it when I get home.
Wow.
So today, staff, ghost hunters, and visitors report hearing Native American war cries and chanting. A little girl in a pink dress is also said to haunt the grounds after drowning here. I mean, it looks like a spooky dam.
Oh man, this was also on Ghost Adventures, and they caught some pretty impressive stuff. And then while they're filming, like a huge wind came through and like destroyed like a pier. They have it on like film.
Yeah, that's nuts.
This is a good one. And you know, like we say, we love the Native American curses because they're fun.
Oh, they're absolutely fun.
Yeah, as long as they don't happen to me.
Yeah, right, or us. So the pink dress thing is a little weird, I think.
It is, and it reminds me of that weird line from the beginning of Jason Goes to Hell. Creighton Duke and his weirdness. You know what I'm talking about.
Creighton Duke is the man, and he also breaks your fingers to, give you knowledge.
Well, you know.
Which is sick. Well, you got to pay the price.
You got to pay the price, especially when you head to Texas.
Yeah. True that.
Interesting pull for this one. We've got the Yorktown Memorial Hospital. It was open from the 1940s until 1988. All right, so 40 years of mayhem. And a man named TJ died of a heroin overdose there. While the circumstances of his death are grim, the spirit is very playful and is known for pinching women's butts.
Are you sure this is in Philadelphia?
This is everywhere, bro.
Yeah.
This sounds very Philly, though, doesn't it?
Yeah, the heroin overdose. The
it's like
the butts,
over in Kensington.
Yeah.
Over in Kenzo.
Yeah. The open drug market, which is the hub for the entire country.
People passing through Needle Park will have to be careful because, like, Jesus. No, this is a abandoned hospital. This sounds familiar, but by the picture, I can't tell. But their phone number is prominently displayed, so I feel like I'm going to call it right now.
Well, the only time we actually actively called a phone number that we had on the episode is one of our ones that has been shelved. So.
Oh yeah, some of our apocryphal episodes.
Yeah. Apocryphal.
That's me not included in the main.
I know. I'm saying I liked it. I liked.
Not as much as you like that Riesling or whatever the fuck you're drinking. Chardonnay.
No, this is Chardonnay.
Try Riesling. You're not a classy broad. Don't say
No.
you're not.
First of all, I like Riesling.
Okay.
I like Pinot Grigio. I like Pinot Noir. I like a nice port in the winter. All right. I like. I'm a little more sophisticated than you know. All right, buddy. All right, Bucko.
All right.
Anyway, let me take you to the classiest state of all, Utah. Dude, we're the Segway podcast tonight. So in Utah, there is apparently a dark-haired woman known as the Purple Lady who haunts the Rio Grande Depot in Salt Lake City. She was hit by a train when her husband threw her engagement ring on the tracks. Loud, inexplicable noises, footsteps, and heavy breathing have been heard all around here. Like, that's mean. That's rough.
Yeah. Well, I guess they got in a fight. He threw the ring. She was like, "Oh no!" And she's like, "Anakin, you're breaking my heart." And then got hit by the train. And then, and he was like, "Oh, I don't know how she died. I lost my partner and all that shit."
Yeah.
And then he's like, "You have done that yourself."
Yep. Obi-Wan's at the police station, like.
But if he wasn't looking so saucy, like with his hands on his hips, maybe he. It's like, dude, why do you got to stand there like you came to fuck? Like, we're trying to talk this guy down, not amp him up.
Yeah, and that's what it was. He was like, and dude, Obi-Wan was like,
yeah, he
bro.
was giving. Yep,
bro.
I think it was a foreshadowing because when he's in the ship, he's on the high ground. He already had it.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? So
yeah, and also his mental state was the high ground. Anyway,
what do you think Anakin has to say about that? We know you hate him.
Welcome back to ODP, baby. I'm just having a good time. I was excited all day. I was thinking about this all day.
Well, if you were excited, prepare not to be excited because we're going to Vermont. The High Life Ski Lounge in Chittenden was once home to William and Horatio Zephaniah, who are reportedly mediums and held seances for guests after they transformed the farm into an inn.
All right, we have to look into this one.
This one is on I think the first season of Lore, the TV show, the Lore TV show.
Okay.
With Aaron Mankey.
Yeah, Grim and Mild.
He's still alive.
Yeah,
Really?
I was.
That's bummer.
Like I told you, it was. When I got into Lore, it was helping me I'm not saying no, I love my job, but to get through the day, it was very scholastic.
No, I love my job.
Yeah, but to get through the day, it was very scholastic. It was almost like you were in school, and it was I'm learning something. But then I got to the point where I was like, dude, how many times can I hear the shot was true, or as it would seem, it was Adolf Hitler. That was all.
He's big for, and you guessed it, Abraham Lincoln. It's like, stop.
Yeah. Or he would do the, you guessed it, or the, and it would seem was, that was the thing. Yeah. But no, so this one was you said this was in Lore, this one?
I believe it was, because it's this story was in that first or second season. They talk about this house. I'm pretty sure it's these guys. Okay. Because I remember the weird names, and I remember the house being transformed into an inn. And
your mother. All right. Well,
is that a ghost?
Yeah, that was a ghost. The ghost of the next. No, it didn't work. No more segues. I missed that one. But Jay, let's go to Virginia.
Do it.
St. Albans Sanatorium in Radford is supposedly still haunted by former patients, staff, and children. There's one former staff member in particular who haunts the lower levels and is aggressive toward females who visit.
Another one of these places that they're aggressive towards, the Texas episode where they're talking about pinching butts.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I mean, this place looks amazing. This looks like a still shot from the lighthouse.
Yeah, it's good. It does. I'm half expecting to see, a fist get thrown by Willem Dafoe here.
Somebody fart. Why'd you spill your beans? Yep. All right, so let's head to Washington State.
Okay.
So we've got the Oxford Saloon in Snohomish. must be a hangout for ghosts because a policeman named Henry, who was murdered here, often appears on the basement stairs. And three more ghosts, a man in a bowler hat, classic, 2 female spirits named Kathleen and Amelia, are also spotted here regularly. Hey man, it's an old saloon. I mean, people get shot up playing cards till noon.
Yeah, you still got the biker presence out there apparently. You know,
yeah, I see that. They look like weekend dudes. These are not 1%ers. Not a chance.
Yeah. And there's like a shitty Ford Fiesta with like hubcaps.
These are not. Yeah, no. Yeah. He's by himself. He does. I can kind of see his outfit. He doesn't have a top rocker, no colors. This dude is not a 1%er. I would love to go here though because they're probably they feed you full of it. They're like, no, there's the ghosts, and like, hey, you go there, you have maybe you go there for lunch. Like, hey, come back around 8 where we have the ghost tour. The guy comes with the lantern. He's like, oh. Yeah, he's in like colonial era stuff. It's like we weren't here out in the colonial era, but okay.
Trying their best. They're trying their best.
They are. But Ford Fiesta parked out front. They could do better.
Yeah, they definitely could.
Get that dude to move his car, and then retake the picture.
Yeah, right. They could have done better. Maybe more bikes. Maybe I don't know. Someone with like a bloody club. I don't know.
Man, West Virginia, buddy, you got a good one.
All right, guys. This is our 49th state. My last one. We're on our way out here.
We sure are.
Yeah. So the 49th story we have for you tonight is from West Virginia. Even looking at the outside of the Trans-Allegheny Lunatic Asylum in Weston will give you the creeps. Originally, it was built to house just 250 patients, but the facility reached up to 2,400 patients in the 1950s, and the conditions were terrible. It closed its doors in 1994. That's nuts. But
that's a long time.
Yeah, that's a long time. And especially for this kind of facility, it looks like City Hall. But visitors still report hearing horrific screams, slamming doors, and seeing shadowy figures. I'm sure other shit happens there, but this is a
the humdinger.
This is a slobber knocker, my friend.
Woo! Yeah, this is. This is a very famous location. Lots of shows, and they have done like live investigations. I think what was it? One Halloween, didn't Ghost Adventures do a thing here where the guy like faked his evidence and threw his. Remember he had his EMF meter and he pretended like got pulled out of his hand, but he's clearly like. Ugh. Bad.
I'm sure. I've watched so many of those Ghost Hunters and Ghost Adventure specials over the years, hosted by our boy Josh Gates. It all kind of falls in routine. But once again, we're looking at the building.
I'm ready for this year's Ghost Jagoffs. That's the new one.
We should start that.
We should because we're very, very qualified to host that. A show called Ghost Jagoffs.
Yeah.
Yeah, Trans-Allegheny Lunatic Asylum is another Mount Rushmore one. It's a big one.
Yep.
But keeping with the baseball theme, we're going to Wisconsin with the Pfister Hotel in Milwaukee, or Milwaukee, the Good Land.
Yeah, the Good Land.
Which opened in 1893, is haunted by Willie Pfister. Apparently, he likes to spook MLB stars the most. Bryce Harper, Brandon Phillips, and others have reported seeing a table move on its own and hearing knocking sounds. Some players have even left the hotel after these encounters. We just covered this in a recent episode.
Yep.
And good times.
Good times, man. It's great. I love it. I love it when, these guys, these MLB players, they make so much money, even if they're in the minor league, whatever. But they come here to this place and it's like the murmurs and they're so superstitious. And it's so funny. It's so funny to hear them like, nah, man, I don't fuck around with that shit. Like this shit happened, that happened. And it still continues to happen. It's so good, man. It's so good.
Yep. Yeah, no. This is one of those, another good one that I've only recently learned about, but I love it. And
I gotta get my.
But yeah, that's our 50th stop on our road trip, and I'll take that as good omen that our boy Bryce got mentioned at the end here.
Yeah, man. I mean, and we're looking good against Atlanta right now. Looks like Aaron Noel's about to work his way out of a bad situation. That's nor here nor there. But in the same breath, hey, man, we like Jay said, May has turned into not just for him it's been, but it's turned into the busiest month. Weddings, events, all this stuff. Extra
just
work
all these
going
things
on.
come together, and like there's like they do like pre-graduations of shit now. It's like I'm not into it.
Yeah. Well, it's like the weather's nice, right? It's like the beginning of the weather's nice, and everything's like everyone's like, "Oh, we're doing it now. We need to do it."
Yep, the weather outside is weather.
Yeah, the weather outside is weather. But we hope you enjoyed this journey, and I
feel I've been changed by this journey.
Yeah, I saw it in you.
Yeah,
I saw it in you, and it was glorious, my friend.
it was the two highlights.
Yeah, the two that you had.
Yep.
As he continues to sculpture
on an empty stomach.
Yeah,
I'm not sculpting.
He's not sculpting, guys. That was.
No, I would never do that during a podcast.
So I guess I'm the asshole.
Yeah, you kind of are.
Yeah, I'll take it. That's my role here at Other Dangerous Podcast. I'm the I'm the punching bag, right? That's what I am. No. Says the puncher. Anyway, guys, welcome back. Sorry we had the delay. Busy month.
Yep.
Plenty more coming. We're gonna keep just jamming paranormal stuff down your throat, and hopefully, you enjoy it as much as we do.
Talk about the abuser.
Yeah. Well, I got to take it out on them as well. Where you take it.
Interesting, pal.
It is interesting.
Hey, lay off the coke, okay?
Oh, see, here we go. There we go.
And it's fine.
It's fine.
Yes, it is.
I wish I could. Guys, wish I could afford coke at this point.
It's not that expensive. Anyway.
How would you know, sir?
Not from personal experience.
Oh, okay.
No, really, no.
It's fine. So, okay. My friend, my good friend,
yes,
my
sir.
brother. Closing statements.
Closing statements tonight. The United States has a lot of great haunted places. Sometimes when people compile lists, they don't know what the fuck they're talking about and pick really dumb selections. But we hope that with the terrible selections that were chosen on some of these states, that you at least had a good time with our antics.
I like it. My closing statements. Mm-hmm. North Dakota, get it together.
Yeah, I'll go with that.
Find a better one. Come on.
Yeah.
Or the researchers doing these lists. Come on, there's something else.
They don't care. They don't care. They choose the Winchester Mystery House over Alcatraz.
Yeah.
Come on. All right, man. I think we've extracted all the juice out of this episode.
Yeah. Thanks for coming on our haunted road trip of the United States. And I guess for this episode of Other Dangerous Podcast, I'm Ken James.
And I'm Jason McKittrick.
And as always, have a spooky evening. Thank you for listening to Other Dangerous Podcasts. Have you encountered the other dangers? If so, you can email us at otherdangerouspodcast@gmail.com. And if you'd like to have a discussion about the paranormal, you can find us at Other Dangerous Podcast on Facebook and Instagram. There you can find submitted pictures, videos, and artwork from listeners. We are now streaming on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and anywhere else podcasts are streamed. And after listening, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe so we can continue to bring you the other dangers.